第2部の Q&A セッションに移りたいと思います。上田さん、よろしくお願いいたします。
通訳を担当させていただきます上田でございます。ゲルマンさんをお呼びしたいと思います。はい、それでは皆様からいただいているご質問のうち、いいねをいただいているもの、評価制度に関するものが多いようですので、そちらから始めさせていただきます。まず最初ですが、アリエクスプレスではどのような評価制度を採用していますか。また、その OKR のタッチ制度がどれぐらいの人事評価に影響しますかという質問について伺ってまいります。
Thank you. I think I understood the question. It regards the performance review, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, OKRs, they affect your performance, of course, because mostly OKRs are like big goals, right? And we set OKRs for 3 months. Every 3 months, we start to set new OKRs for another 3 months, right? And we have performance reviews every 6 months. So basically, in 6 months, you will have 2 OKR reviews, which are going to be called QBR, quarterly business reviews. And we will see how the team is performing. And the result of the OKR will be preceded with some thing is called scoring. Scoring is when you put the score on the scale from 0 to 1 or whatever you put it. It doesn't really matter. You basically share your understanding. Did you achieve the result or not? And then in the end, we evaluate the whole team, not just individual person. But if you are the leader of the team, of course you will know why we failed, right? Because that guy, okay, he didn't do his job well. I know that. But the whole other people, they would just think, okay, the whole team failed because they didn't do a good job together, right? And the same thing if it would be a good thing, like they did a good job. So everybody will know that the team did a good job and that guy, exactly that person, he did a good job, like that. Yeah, thank you.
一つ質問、3件いいねが来ております。最初は KPI 中心だったということですが、OKR を導入してからゲルマさん自身が実感された変化について教えてください。
Okay, thank you for the question. Interesting one. So we have more meetings right now and they're useless. I don't like them. I don't like participating meetings, okay? I like participating very productive talks. But if we get serious, they are keeping my team and the teams of others aligned. So we basically know what's happening in the company. Every week or some of the meetings, they're happening once every 2 weeks, right? Like bi-weekly meetings. We have the OKRs, reviews, weekly OKR reviews for traffic team, for example. We discuss how many visitors we have on the platform, what are we doing right now, any new ideas, and what have been done for the past week. And everybody's there. And the most important thing is that it's a window for communication during Corona time. Like you see, I'm at home right now. That's my chair, high chair. I'm at home and I'm not in the office. And if I want to push someone to do something for me or if people is not replying, right? I cannot really do it from my house because they just don't pick up the phone, right? And they can do that. But if I'm in the office, I will just come over straight and be really annoying and be like, hey, I have a question. They will reply something. So it's a window for discussion and communication, the OKR reviews, weekly OKR reviews. And we involve not only traffic teams there, everybody can join. I mean, even if you just join the company, you just can go for the meeting and listen. I don't think that your boss going to be happy with that because you're wasting your 1 hour of your time for something you probably won't use next 3 months, but whatever. You can listen, everything is transparent. We discuss things, we introduce new things, like in logistics meetings, we have a fulfillment centers initiatives. Or Cainiao is the Chinese subsidiary from Alibaba for the logistics. And they're like, okay, we're opening new branded post offices. And we are like, yeah, it's good. So give us PPT and we talk. So summary. helps to be on the same page, open to everyone. We know what's happening cross-departmentally, right? Like not just we on the same page as BI, but all departments on the same page also. Like we know what's happening inside. And you can talk with people there. You can communicate with the leaders, like CEO -1, CEOs are participating in the meetings. You can just go there and ask Jason or Dima. It's our CEO, like from Russian Chinese side. We're gonna be like, Jason, Dima, I have a thing to ask. No one is listening to me. And he's gonna be like, first of all, what's the problem? And the second, he will listen to you. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
はい。KPI ベースから OKR 導入に踏み切ったきっかけは何でしたかという質問について伺ってみます。
Why? Because first of all, KPI is coming from our boss and is absolutely not controllable by anyone else. Or as a employee, you cannot like argue with the boss at least in our company. I don't know how it's happening in Japan in general, but I think that globally, you are not going to argue with the boss. And as a rule of thumb, don't do that, okay? And KPI is a very vertical. A leader comes to employee, he says, you do A, B, C, D, and then we have A, B, C, D results. Don't do E, F, G, H, okay? Don't do that. Like, I'm gonna be mad at you. And you're not doing that. You're doing A, B, C, D, and that's it. And there is only one evaluation criteria, coming back to the first question. It's completed or not. Me as a leader, I demand people to do things how I want. And I see the purpose inside of it, of my demand. And if they are not fulfilled, I'm just not giving them a good score of the performance review, right? Because I'm not happy with the result. The KPI is XXX amount of dollars, but it's XX amount of dollars. Where is another zero, man? You know. So why we moved? OKR. So let's go really basic. AliExpress, I would say it's a startup because it's Alibaba on one side and a lot of money on another side. So when a lot of money, they meet together, we create a startup. And the startup with an idea, right? So we have the politics involved, we have like marketplaces, competition and stuff, and we want to develop fast. So we want all of the minds to contribute to the development of the company. And it's different perspective. OKR is like a lot of people work as a system and they contribute to the development. I know not everyone gonna do that, right? But more than one at least, like we have 2 CEOs, more than 2 people gonna contribute. But if it's KPI, it's probably gonna be only 2 people. They're gonna be like, we want that. And then CEO -1 people gonna come over and be like, okay, we want this and this and this and that. And maybe small team leaders, they're also gonna say like, we want this and this and that. But with the OKR, we have a big objective and we are moving toward the common goal of the whole company. And you can, I mean, I'm working, well, I work with everyone, to be honest, like CEO and everyone, but still, everybody can come over to me and just ask me anything if it's OKR related. If it's their personal life, I'm not getting paid for, psychological stuff, but I'm getting paid for doing my work well. So I'm doing my work well, and I'm helping anyone who has any question regarding either OKR, data, I don't know, analysis, just consult them generally on business, because it will be, in the end, a contribution to the achievement of the objective. Because maybe they have a bottleneck right now, right? They cannot move forward without my information. But what we are doing, like 70 or 80% of our work is in the direction of achieving OKR. 70, 80% is the OKR achievement plan. And 20, 30% is just your, whatever you do, sleep, or I don't know, maybe work if it's possible, right? That's it. Thank you for the question.
はい。 当社もこれまで KPI をメインに運用を進めてきましたが、今期から OKR を導入しようと考えております。そこで KPI と OKR の共存についてコツやアドバイスをいただけたら嬉しいです。特に KPI と OKR は共存することで、それぞれ異なる温度感になってしまい、OKR がどちらも失敗してしまわないかなどが心配です。
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question. Yeah, it's a good one. Yes, look, we can do that, right? We can combine KPI and OKR. You can actually combine anything you want. But in my opinion, like my humble opinion only, because it's just a question online asked by a person after listening to my presentation, just as a disclaimer. I don't want you to take it as a direct action advice, but you can just listen to what I think probably would be good. Okay, just please keep that in mind. So, okay, KPI and OKR is the way to manage the results, in my opinion. And you cannot manage results of the same thing with two different systems because they're different. You should take one measurement or one metric or one ruler, so to say, right, to measure two things in the same way. If you're taking inches and centimeters, it won't work. People will get confused, right? Like, oh, it is 3 inches, and you're like, how many centimeters? I don't know. No one knows. Like, I don't know, two and a half, like something like that. I'm not sure. So yeah, the thing is that you can have either big KPI, right? Like an actual result for the company is the revenue of XXX amount of dollars, or like billions of dollars or millions, doesn't matter. Like the XXX amount of dollars by the end of your financial year. Okay. And this is your goal, or calendar year if you're counting like that. But you cannot set OKR directly to cover absolutely the same thing. Like, because if you're gonna say, in my OKR, we want to measure the achievement of some objective, like in AliExpress Russia, we want to be the best, or like the best publicly trading e-commerce company in Russia, right? So, and then we say our key result, how we can measure it is by having the XXX amount of GMV, XXX amount of buyers. So you can think of this stuff, these key results, as actual KPIs, but they are absolutely on another level. You have either vision or you just have metrics, right? So the first thing, let me just summarize it real quick. First thing, KPI and OKR should be on different levels. You cannot have whole company, like board of director level of OKR, like objective, which is something like a vision, no metrics yet, it's an objective, and the same level of KPI. I think it's either OKR and KPI is lower, right? Or you go with OKR for the company, but exact department. For example, it's a trading company or like export-import company. You know that OKR will not be implemented really well there for some reason. You go there and because it's agile, right? People should adopt, and you tell them, okay, trading, like export-import guys, do KPI. This is your KPI. Like, whole company works on OKR. Yes, you do it too, but in the end of the year, I will not judge you by the achievement of the whole company goal, right? The company objective. Like, did we become publicly traded best Russian e-commerce platform or not? I'm not gonna regard you for that. You are doing trade right now, and this is your KPI. If you're not okay with that, none of my business. You do it. And in that way, you have KPI on one side for particular team or particular goal, and people, you know who is responsible, because in OKR, we don't know who is responsible. I mean, we know like who is the leader, we know who is the project leader, but OKR is bottom to top, and KPI is top to bottom. Still, inches and centimeters, two different things, right? Yeah, so I would say like that. First, implement either KPI at the top and OKRs for some particular departments, or you implement OKR and KPIs for particular departments. Something like that. I don't think that it's gonna be a good idea just to tell people, almost everyone, to achieve some particular KPI and be agile at the same time. It's kind of controversial. You just have OKR for that. That's why, yeah. Thank you.
これですかね。はい。リーダー教育についての質問が来ておりますので、こちら対応します。OKR の導入にあたり、まずリーダーの教育から始めたとのことですが、導入初期にうまくいかなかった点、またそれをどう乗り越えたかについて教えてください。
Okay, thank you for the question. Well, so many good questions. So the thing is, the management. So look, it's tricky to say, but safe. So let's be general. In companies, not in AliExpress, of course, in some other metaphorical company, we have managers and we have a boss, and we have something new, right? Which is OKR system. And people were working on their old patterns. They have their old habits. Just like in life, someone comes over and be like, hey, you should not eat meat right now. You should eat more fish, or you should eat more vegetables. And you were never eating vegetables. You're like, I don't like vegetables. But people are like, no, they're really good for you. And you're like, nah, I don't want that. I don't like them. So you're starting to bargain. But if CEO is convinced that OKR is good, you're gonna eat vegetables, right? So everybody is eating vegetables, but then in the beginning, they're just trying it. They're not really confident how to do it well, which vegetables are good, what is the preference? Like, I like tomatoes, I like cucumbers, whatever, celery, I don't know, carrots, right? So many vegetables. Maybe someone likes fruits. Someone like, hey, let's don't eat only vegetables, we can eat fruits. So we kind of started to feed them with information first, like training, like just general discussions, like, hey guys, there is a thing. It's OKR. It works like that. Here is PPT. Read it. We have another discussion in 2 days. Prepare something at least. What is the problem that you would like to solve by using OKR? Because for the OKR, it's not the solution. It's the problem that you want to solve. And then you kind of measure it, right? So yeah, we started, first of all, we provided information. Second of all, everybody saw the intention of the CEO, the first thing. The second, we provided information. Third, we were pushing this information further by asking them to work with this information. We were basically saying, like, act on it, not just read it, act on it. Just try, okay? Just try, vegetables are nice. And they were like trying. And then after they tried, we said, let's have bigger meetings, more responsibility to them. And they're like, they are getting more confident with that. And after giving more responsibility and they are getting more confident with that, we started to have like other business teams to be involved, like BI or like data analysis, basically. So data science guys, they come over and they're like, okay, what do you want? And like OKR. And we're like, I don't know what's OKR, but I can do that. You know, that's what data does. We just like, I don't know, but I can. So I was like, what metrics do you want? What the result we want to achieve? How do you want to see the tracking system, like dashboards, or like you want Excel? Like, I don't know, like what do you want? And they're like, there is a thing, like vegetables are good. I kind of want they to be cut in the particular shape, like circles. Can you do it in circles? And like, what about squares? Would you like squares? And it's like squares and circles, please. And then we provide them data, the data of squares and the data of circles, and we unite them in the dashboard. And they're like, okay, here are circles, here is the squares, and the CEO is like, yeah, I see. So different shapes, and it's for logistics, right? Or like traffic. Yeah, that's true. Okay, good job. And then we have these discussions, weekly reviews. It was not like a one-day process, right? It took like a while. Why it takes a while? Because people, or not like in the company, like generally people, hard to tell them what to do if they never did it before. Because if some responsibility involved, you will start to doubt yourself, or you will be afraid of something you don't know, right? We just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Some people are paranoid about it, and it's a job, right? You're getting paid for that. Of course you're getting paranoid, like, I don't know that. So yeah, you're basically starting to adopt. The adaptation process passes, we give more responsibility. Adaptation process passes, we give more responsibility. We give not only information, we ask them to act on the thing, then they act more, then more people involved, so more responsibility, right? And then when more people involved, we start to involve other people like BI. So BI is involved right now. BI is helping them. They are into the process, like thought process. We structure their thoughts. We write the codes. We have data. Then we have meetings. In the end, we have meetings. Everybody's there. And like Jason, for example, is like, guys, what about tracking and other data? And like the data analysis lead is like, okay, let's have more meetings, guys, with analytics people. And we have more meetings internally. Then we have another solution for business units, and they're happy with that. And then Jason and Dima are happy with that. And Dima is like, well, good job. And then we start to use it week by week, week by week, week by week. And in the end, everybody is so habit of using these meetings every single week. Everybody is so habit for having the structured agenda, and everybody is using OKR right now. So it's mostly you putting a seed into the soil and you don't burn it or don't overly pour a lot of water, right? You do it gently, a little bit of water today, maybe at the evening, depends on the seed. And if the sunlight is so strong, you put some shadow on it. So you do it natural. It's a natural process. You cannot just come over and be like, hey, yo, just do it. Do what? I don't know, just it's OKR. And nothing gonna be done like that. You cannot come over to the seed and start shouting and be like, hey, grow, 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 grow right now. Not gonna work like that. So it's an adaptation, responsibility, and communication. These three things, they are helping us to overcome it. But in the beginning, it was not that kind of easy because people didn't know what's that. Yeah. Now they know. Thank you.
次は OKR ミーティングを有意義なものにするために準備が必要とのことでしたが、具体的にどのような準備を行っていますか？
Okay, hold on. I will tell you exactly what we are doing. Okay, so OKR, whatever the meeting. So, dear colleagues, please find agenda for 15th of July, 2021. The first person to talk will be, let us say, Jack. Jack is talking on metrics. And the second thing is the brief status of projects and metrics, status to last week, right? Last week update. First business model, let us say local model, which is like locally in Russia only. Local business model, Jenny, cross-border, Susie, and extra is, I don't know, like Jennifer, right? So all of them are doing this thing. We have a leader for every single OKR who is the head of the department. And we say there is an objective, there is a battle, and there is a goal. Battle is something that connects goals and makes a lot of little goals to be a one big battle. And battle, what it is a strategic direction. It's a strategic direction which is way bigger than little goals. Goals are supporting the battle, and 3 or 5, whatever, how many battles you will have, it's like our terminology, like Alibaba technologies for battles. So the battles, they will support objective. So one objective, maybe few battles, and a lot of goals, like a pyramid. So the system is sustainable right now. For each battle, we have a leader. He is responsible, or she is responsible for communicating agenda, meeting updates, who will participate, what will be on the meetings. So the first thing, it's a structure. Everything should be structured well and understandable. So if you want your meeting, I mean, not only like OKR meeting, but generally any meeting, right? First of all, and I believe you're doing it, like smart people are here. We all know that if we want to communicate something in a good way, people, first of all, they probably should know the agenda if it's if it's an open discussion. If not, if you want to give some surprises, it's also okay. It's just different type of thing. But for OKR, it's something that everybody knows. So first of all, it's agenda, structured agenda. Who says what? What will be presented? What is the content of the meeting? And probably the timelines, so people will have the understanding when you will meet, and if any changes happen, like, for example, we have this meeting codes. So for this particular meeting, we have this meeting code, and if it changes, please update people in advance, because it may happen so that you come using old meeting code and you go to the room, or like Zoom link, it doesn't matter. It's like, I just call it meeting code. It can be a Zoom link or whatever the app you're using, or software. You go to the meeting and it's empty, or there are 3 or 5 people who just like, hey, do we have OKR today or not? And it's actually happening in another thing and they didn't notice it. So you make sure that everybody knows where to go. Yes, so first, OKR leader, agenda, who talks about what is the topic and main discussions are, and where do we meet, right? Who, what, where, and when. So these questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. こちら OKR はムーンショットでの目標設定を推奨していますが、評価と結びつけた場合、日本企業だと 100% にならないからと、目標を低く設定する可能性があり、高い目標を目指す OKR の良さが消えてしまう気がしています。このあたりの評価の部分をどうしているのか、もう少し教えていただけないでしょうか。
Okay, thank you. Well, it's an important one. Okay, so how do you set an OKR and manage the high expected objective, which is like exceeding your exceeding your basic capability of achievement. So okay, let's go from the base. OKR's goal is to stimulate you to achieve something bigger, right? And the way how you evaluate OKR achievement is not like achieved or not achieved, but by sort of let us say scoring, or I will use percentage. So it's like, if it's around 70%, for example, for your company, particularly achievement rate of 70%, it's going to be achieved. So if it's 71, it's achieved. 72, and you understood the logic. 69, you can bargain on that. You can be like, come on, it's almost 70, so it's achieved too. But 68, no, it's not. So do your job better next time. 2%, come on, man. So, okay, I'm just kidding. But that's the thing. 70% and above is the achievement rate. For the KPI, it's yes or no. No bargaining here. The first thing to keep in mind. That's why, because the achievement deviation is so big, it depends on the company, but still, it's so big, you have more than yes or no. You have more answers for that question. There's like a lot of yeses and a lot of nos, but still, yes, mostly. And because the deviation is so big, you can set a higher goal just in case that it will work out. Maybe it will not. And actually, probably because it all comes from the intention. Your intention to achieve more, for example, your mental capacity is like, mental, not the capacity, but the belief, right? Like the belief capacity. The belief capacity, I can achieve 2x GMV this year. But you're kind of trying to push it forward and you're saying, we want 7x, right? That's too high, but still, like something unimaginable, 7x. And in the end of the year, because of the OKR thing, everybody saw the 7x to last year digits and comparison and the actual objective. People achieve 4x, right? It's kind of exceeds your expectation even more. So 2x would be fine. It would be like 70%, or like, let us say it's like 50%. but you are like setting it's really high, and it's like 4x right now, which is really good. So it kind of stimulates people internally. It's not about the actual metrics or numbers. It's a vision. Vision is the laser-like guideline where you can go, and it just beams there very strongly, so you can follow the light, just like butterflies or the moths, you know, like this little creatures, like they're flying to the light, right? So, and not everybody gonna reach the actual light in the end, but still they are trying to do their best, and that's the navigating star for the company. So how can you manage the result? I mean, first of all, you let me be like that. You evaluate it, right? You manage the result by evaluating it. The second thing, you will after evaluating, you will see what's going wrong or what's going good. The third thing is gonna be what type of OKR can you set for the next time? Because for the KPI, it's kind of it's a little bit different, because for KPI, you know, yes or not, and if it's yes, probably you can set higher, but you don't know how high it should be, right? Because sometimes we have KPI overachievement, like 170%, 180%. And I have a question: is it the person did a good job, or the KPI was success? And you don't really doubt yourself. You can be like, okay, if they did 4x this time, and we had 7x objective, let us say like 12x's next year, maybe it's gonna be 7. You know, it can be 6, but still gonna be better than 4. So it's gonna be crazy, like really good. So again, summary: you review it, you analyze it, you understand what was good, what was bad. Third, you learn from the experience, and you have a better understanding what deviation you can set for the next year or next period or next quarter or even month, if it's like monthly OKRs, which are like very short periods, but you can do daily OKRs if you are into that. That's extremely, I don't think it's really existent, but still you can do it. Yeah, we do quarter OKR, and we achieve objective. So yes, that's it. Thank you.
で、次ですね、お時間もう少しとなりますが、縦割りの組織が欧米では少ない理由は何なのでしょうか。工業化時代の組織マインドから脱却に成功しているからでしょうか。だとしたらその原因は何でしょうかというちょっと一般的な質問になります。
Let me structure the answer in the following way. First of all, yes, I've been working in Western companies like Deloitte, right? Been working in big four companies, KPMG. I was working in French company, Ruler Group, and the companies are great, right? And they're well diverse, but still, I would not say that they were not vertical. I mean, look, I'm not the representative of those companies, but I'm just sharing my own experience. And yes, we had this open door policy. I go straight to this partner, and I'm being like, "Hi Nick, how are you? I have an idea," and he's gonna be okay with that. For me to go there and talk with him. So it's pretty much horizontal, I would say, right? But at the same time, if I will have to complain about something, I would not go to Nick. I would go to my team lead or a senior manager or a manager or someone just a bit higher than me, so we can discuss the thing, and they can go to a partner if they think it's important. Because if I just go to the partner straight away, I will skip a line of people in the organization chart, and people will not like me. I want people to like me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not, like that. So exactly. And we can say that yes, maybe better way to phrase it is like why agile methodology is more used on like Western countries. I think it's all comes from the culture. Years I lived in Korea as well, and I visited Japan. Okay, I was not living there, but I stayed there for Aikido, and I was like, I see that the countries are different, of course, and everyone is different.
But generally, like my friends from Vietnam, my friends from Thailand, my friends from Indonesia, from China, from Hong Kong, and Korea, all of them, they have this like something is like, well, we are not, they are not Russians, first of all, but they have something to learn from. And the thing is that it's still cultural thing. It's like it's hard to explain probably just without an experience, but I think you understand what I'm talking about. It's like when in Russia I was raised. In Russia, I don't have to, I have to pay respect to people who are older than me, right? But I don't have to use some special words, or I can be very casual with them. And especially if I don't like them, I can just be casual as I want. And you know what? Not a lot of people will judge me. Maybe 10% of Russians, 20% of Russians will judge me. But if I imagine my Korean friend telling to his older, a 1 year older person being informal in his talk, oh my God, he's gonna be in trouble, because it's a bit cultural, and I respect that, and it's amazing. And I know I have like a really good Japanese friend. She's living in Singapore right now, and she's sharing some stuff, and she's saying that, yeah, that's you have to bow in a certain way. You have some formalities, honorifics, and that's important. That's how culture works. And the company is like being an employee is a way of following some particular culture. I think in the West, it probably more, not I would say open, but less formal probably, because, and it's not bad and it's not good, it's just the way it is. Because we see Japanese companies are performing great. I mean, I'm in Vladivostok, we have a lot of Toyota cars, a lot of Honda cars, whatever the cars are, they're from Japan. And it's like right side, you drive, right wheel, I don't know, like you got it, right? So driving the car and sitting there on the right side, and coming from Japan. And I don't think that's something wrong with the organization chart. Probably it's perfect. That's why the companies are great. It's just different way how you create or design the atmosphere inside. And if everybody is okay with this atmosphere and this design, it will work good. So if the question is why it is more agile, my answer, my own answer, right? I'm not answering for everyone. My own understanding of cultural differences, and like as if I worked and lived in different countries, so I experienced both the Western world and Asian world, which is like perfect match. I say that West is less caring about formalities, but more caring of the actual, probably what is called just and generally interaction. I don't think we really pay attention to it. And it's not bad and it's not good. It doesn't mean this process is faster. I think formality is faster, because I know what he's doing, and if he's not doing a good job, he's not gonna be there, because someone is higher above him will just kick him out and put some better person. I like Asian culture more than Western, because you can have a very structured way and very structured organization chart. And on the West, probably it's gonna be like, a little bit more free, but still sometimes people will abuse the freedom. Okay, I don't like when people are abusing the freedom. I'm okay when people are free, and I don't like when people are too hierarchical. They're like, I'm the boss, you listen to me, even if the boss has a bad idea in his head and he just doesn't know what he's talking about. I think it's not good to listen to this kind of leader, and you cannot do nothing, right? That's also not good. It should be balanced. Freedom with hierarchy, freedom and structure, hierarchy and structure, everything should be together. So when there is a harmony of interaction between people, then it's good. But when it's either super free or super strict, none of this will work, I think. It will work in short run, but in my opinion,
even in short run, strict methodology will work better because it's more like military. Like I was in the military and I know how to do orders. It's perfect. It works all the time. Thank you for the question.
Thank you very much for answering all these questions.
最後に、ご参加者様へメッセージ、ゲルマンさんから一言いただければと。
Yes, sure. Thank you. Well, first of all, I would like to thank all of the people who participated today in the event. I hope that you enjoyed the process as I enjoyed it. And also, I would like to thank the organizers and Resily and everyone who put their effort into making this occasion to happen. Extremely grateful to the interpreter Yuka-san, and you did a really good job. I know it's really hard, and I mean, I'm sorry for not really being brief, but still. Thanks for the organizer of this event as well. For the further communication, if you have any questions, please send them out, and I will try to respond in a timely manner to those questions which you have still present right now, or if you think something was not fully disclosed or some information you want to clarify, also please send those clarifications. Feel free to do it. I will do my best to help you with that. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have a great day. The Friday is coming, right? The Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, I want everyone to have a great ending of the week and a great weekends. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.